Okay, this lesson is on vertex form of the quadratic. So you were to print out a worksheet to work on as we work through a couple examples here. So let's take the first one. So we are given the vertex 3, 4, and a leading coefficient. I know that's the leading coefficient because of A. So it's -2. Okay, and so we want to write the function in vertex form. So let's just refresh our memory. X minus h squared plus k. So vertex form of a quadratic. F of x equals a, that's the leading coefficient, times the quantity x minus h, quantity squared, plus k. So if we know a, if we know h, and if we know k, we can just put those right in the equation, and then we have ourselves a quadratic equation. So let's just go ahead and do that. So a is -2, h is 3, k is 4. And that's it. So there's the quadratic equation with the vertex at 3, 4, and the leading coefficient -2. So let's do the next example. I think that was example A. Let's do example B. And the vertex is -2, -1, and the leading coefficient is 1/2. Okay. So what I want you to do at this point is pause me, and I want you to work on this one on your own. And then when you think you've got it figured out, you can hit the go button or whatever and resume play, and see if you have figured this one out correctly. Because if we were in the classroom, that's how we would do this. I would put this on the board and have you work with a small group or a partner and see if you can come up with the equation. So h is -2, k is -1, and of course a is 1/2. So we got the 1/2. And notice the equation is x minus h. H is -2, so notice how I'm putting that in parentheses like that. There's my h. H is -2. It does not affect this sign right here, not until we do something with that in a subsequent step. Alright, then I've got a plus k, and my k is -1. Okay. So see how I put those in, and I put parentheses around them, that so I won't get my negatives goofed up. So let's simplify that just a little bit. So you know a negative minus a negative becomes a positive. And then plus a minus, you can just say minus. Okay, and so that's the quadratic equation for the next one. Alright, so let's move on to the next example here. And the next example is we're given a quadratic. Example 2 or number 2. So 2x minus 1 squared plus 4. And we want to identify the vertex. And we want to find h, and we want to find k. Well, the first thing I do is I look to see if this is in that form. And the form is x minus h plus k. And certainly it is, and we've got an x minus a number there. And we've got plus a number. So that tells me then that my h is 1 and my k is 4. So the vertex is 1, 4. Okay, so the next example, again, I want you to pause me now and do example 2b by yourself and 2c by yourself, and then when you think you got them figured out, then go ahead and resume play here and see if yours match mine. So I've got a plus 3 and a minus 2, so that is like totally opposite here of our vertex form. So what I like to do is I like to rewrite this. I can say this is x minus a -3. because a minus is a positive. So see how I've just rewritten that? And then I can just say plus negative 2 for the k. So see how I've rewritten that? So then I can identify that my h now is negative 3, and my k is negative 2. So the vertex, of course, is negative 3, negative 2. Alright, let's go and do C, or check C. So C looks like this. Now that one looks really goofy, doesn't it? Because I don't even have an x minus anything here. So I can rewrite that to look like this. Is that the same thing as x? X minus 0. It's the same thing. So there I've got x minus 0, so that would be x minus h. So now I know my h is 0. But here I've got a minus 1, and I really want that to be plus, don't I? So I can just say, well, this is really plus a negative 1. So that would work. So then my k is negative 1. Alright, so let's move on to the next example, number 3. And here I ask you to FOIL this out, just kind of a little review. And I'm going to go ahead and do, you can do part A by yourself, and I will do part B there. So this is 3B, and so 3B looks like this. And of course we already reviewed foiling back when we did difference quotient. So you remember you're going to leave the 2 alone, and you're going to work on this part first, because of order of operations say to do parentheses first with exponents. So that's the same thing as this. So I'm going to FOIL that out. So x squared minus x plus 1. I'm going to combine some like terms. And now at this point I'm going to multiply through by the 2. So I have 2x squared minus 2x, oops, not minus 2x, get rid of that. 2 times 2 is 4. There we go. And 2 times 1 is 2. So that's what it looks like when I multiply that out. And just to give you the answer for 3a, if you already did that, you should have gotten x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay, so then for part 4, all we're doing in part 4 is we're going to change from vertex form to general form. And we're going to first start by multiplying out the binomial. So I'm going to work with number 4b here. And you'll notice that the binomial part looks just exactly like that. So f of x equals 2 x minus 1 quantity squared plus 4. Okay, so we've already done, just kind of circle this part right there. We've already done that part right there. I had you do that in step number 3. So let's just go ahead and take this piece, which we've already done in step number 3. So that becomes 2x squared minus 4x plus 2. But now I've got this plus 4 in the end. So let's go ahead and tack that on. And now I want to add these 2 like terms. So this becomes 2x squared minus 4x, and 2 plus 4 is 6. So when we convert from vertex form to general form, the first thing we're going to do is multiply out the binomial, and then we're going to combine those like terms on the end. So that's going from vertex form to general form. And then you can do part A by yourself there from 4a, and that binomial is going to look a lot like the one from